Hello and welcome. My name's Kathy A, and yes, I'm going to Sephora. This is a great time for all of us YouTubers to continue our hoarding issues and for you to see what we're doing and live vicariously through us in some cases. I actually had a very small order. And if you didn't know, if you're under a rock, Sephora is having their VIB Rouge portion of their special sale. This is a little different than the sale they do in November. One thing I noticed was that if you order online, you can only use the code one time. And I think it's probably because of people like me, this rule had to come into place. I would order individual items because Rouge gets free shipping so that I could get 3 samples, and then I would make like 8 orders with the 3 free samples. But they wound up not sending me the samples anyway last year, so it was really kind of even Steven, but they had to pay the shipping for all of those individual packages, so I'm sure that's why they only let you use the code one time if you're ordering online. So with that in mind, if you are ordering from Sephora, a lot of the products they have on their website are online only. So make sure you order all of the stuff that you're looking for that's online only, because you can only use it one time. So now they usually the first week of November have a 20% off sale. I think they're just scared because Ulta has really caught up to them and exceeded their customer service rewards programs, and I think they took note of that. Ulta has also expanded their brands, and they've really got it down. And then they have what I call the street side, which has all of the drugstore type products as well. So I enjoy shopping in Ulta a lot more than I go in Sephora. Anyway, you know what? It's 4:30 in the morning and there's a siren. I always think it's either a siren or my husband breaking the ice cube tray on me in the background. Anyway, so what did I get? Well, I got a variety of items. The very first thing I had to do was get the full-size version of this, which is the Hourglass Caution Extreme Lash Mascara. This is a holy grail mascara. It beat out my Kush mascara. It is just fabulous. This is the full-size one is in a gold tube. So I did put in an order for this, and I think this is the best one. I think it beats out everything. I could get rid of all of my mascaras except this and be quite happy. So it takes a lot for me to say that, you know how I am. So, and you know, using this for the last 3 months is pretty much gone, and I think 3 months is a good round of play for a mascara. So I believe they also offer this for sale. This is the travel size version. So it's actually a great way to introduce yourself to this, and it lasts just long enough that it's, you know, usually 3 to 5 months on a mascara, and you're supposed to throw it away because bacteria grows inside here. And when you're pulling it out, you're putting it on your eye, so you're getting any eye yuck on it, and then you're pushing it back in. It's liquid, been exposed to air, it's been hot. If it's sitting in your makeup counter, if you're in a warm area, bacteria can grow in here, and you don't want bacteria right next to your eyeballs. So it's a really good practice to have, and it keeps your makeup collection fresh. I also I really liked the formulation for the Too Faced Peach foundation, and I think I reviewed that last year when it first came out, and I liked it. I used it up, and you know, in the YouTube world you get so many new products, you just like forget to go back for some of these other ones, because I've got plenty of foundations to go through. I mean, I don't have, it's not a need, it's a want kind of a thing. So I did order the Too Faced Peach foundation, and I also ordered the Viseart palette that has the bright colors in it. I forget what it's called, but it's got the bright colors in it. So I think that's really it. I didn't really order too many other things, and I got a perk, 100-point perk, and I got a few samples as well. So I actually kept it down pretty well. I want to show you a few of my favorite things from Sephora that I don't need them right now, so I'm not ordering them, but nothing in my makeup collection is older than 2 years, and I keep refreshing it. I don't hang on to things. There's a couple of decorative items I've kept, but I'm going to get rid of those as well. It's kind of silly. They're just things. Let's start where the concealers are, and this is the Too Faced Born This Way, and this is the Radiant Concealer. I like it better than the Sculpting Concealer, and I have both. This was okay, but I didn't think it was that great, and I hated the darker shades that they had available to try to contour with. They were too red, too orange. It didn't work out. I will use this up because it's not bad, but I think this is better. So the Radiant Concealer from Too Faced. For powder, I've always had the Laura Mercier Secret Under Eye Setting Powder. This is a wonderful thing. For my general everyday use, I'm just using my RCMA, which is not available on Sephora, but this is the Laura Mercier, and I think it works really well. For foundations, there's really no foundations at Sephora right now that I would recommend. I did like the Fenty Beauty foundation, and that was, I think I had color 190 and color 200. Again, because I have so many other foundations going on right now, I'm not going to buy anything, but I did like those two. This is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Redness, and what this does is it's kind of a beigey color. It is a color corrector for your face, and it has good skincare ingredients besides. If you have rosacea, if you have real severe darkness, you have a lot of capillaries, broken capillaries around your nose from blowing your nose for 60 years, I mean, it happens, things happen, age happens, it's not a crime. We just got to work it, you know, you just got to work it. So I like this Bye Bye Redness a lot, and I use it as a base. It's slightly dark on me, and to a person with darker skin it would be slightly light on them, but it's a color corrector. It goes underneath your makeup, so it will help adjust things for you. So the Bye Bye Redness is definitely a plus. The formulation, it feels good, it doesn't get cakey, it doesn't go into the lines. It's absolutely a perfect product, it really is, for what it does. For blush, my favorite blush, and again, this is one of those things where if I only had one blush, I'd keep this. This is the NARS in Bumpy Ride. Bumpy Ride. And I love this. It goes on extremely, it's just a pleasant, light color. It's hard to overdo it so you don't get the clown, you know, kind of clown thing. You can just have a beautiful, soft, natural glow, pretty blush with this. So that's my favorite blush. For highlighter, any of the Hourglass highlighting powders. This is the strobing powder here. Now this is the edit thing that came out at Christmas time, and I'm using all of these things. Everybody was complaining how there's hardly anything in each of these pans, and yet I've had this now, what, 6 months, 7 months, and I've hardly made a dent in any of these. So, you know, this is the one where the strobing light powder is very nice for highlight. And now for contour, my favorite all around, and this one last year, I had just tried it when it first came out. This is the Fenty Beauty Matchsticks in Amber, and I believe it's sold out online, but if you go into the store, get the amber shade. This is the most perfect contour shade you can find. White, medium, fish belly white. This is wonderful. It's called Amber is the color. These are magnetic too, which is so funny. They're always sticking themselves to things in my collection. So the Fenty Beauty Contour, the only other one I would recommend would be the Kevyn Aucoin Contour Powder with, it's half contour powder and half highlighter. I think it's got candlelight highlighter on there. It's only $25. It's kind of a mini, and that is just an amazing product. So either of those two will be the perfect contour. For brow products, I recently tried samples of the Kat Von D brow pomade, and I even tried the purple one. I really like this. This is a wonderful, and she has an excellent brow brush as well. So I would highly recommend this over the Anastasia pomade. And I have Anastasia pomade. I have, what is it here? These are strange looking things. They look like paint pots in your collection. It's kind of the sloppy thing. Yeah, I have the pomade in, I think, taupe. Yeah, and you know, when this is gone, I'm going to get the full size of the Kat Von D, because I think the Kat Von D is excellent. If you'd like a stick pencil kind, of course the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz is an excellent choice. It has a spoolie on one end and your brow pencil on the other, but try this. See if you can. I got the samples. I mean, they gave you a sample of different colors, and I used the purple on the edge, and it was really kind of fun. It worked. It went with my outfit. It was kind of neat. Speaking of Kat Von D, this is a staple in many people's makeup kits, and this is the tattoo liner in Trooper. And we just love this. You can use it to line your eyes, especially if you're wearing false lashes. You can stick it in the middle there to get that little fleshy part that's showing when you don't get your eyelashes on exactly right. It's just a wonderful, it holds, it doesn't melt. It's the best eyeliner. I haven't really found others. I mean, I have some others, ironically, they're drugstore, that come close, but this, because of the way the brush is, because of the way the formula is, and it lasts quite a while. I'm very, very pleased with this. If you have not tried the Beautyblender yet, you should. I know it looks silly. It's an egg-shaped sponge and it's 20 bucks. They have a sapphire blue one out right now. It's beautiful. This thing, you wet it under warm water and you squeeze out the excess, and you dot makeup around your face, and you pop it on. You just kind of tap it all over, and it taps in. It gives you an airbrush look. Everybody's on the wagon here with this. It took a while for a lot of us to use sponges, makeup sponges, because we always used our fingers or used those wedges, those little triangular wedges. These are wonderful, and it's a certain consistency to the fibers in this, whatever it's made out of. I don't know what kind of plastic fibers it's made out of, or rubber fibers, or whatever it is, but other places try to imitate this, and they never quite get the density the same. And I've been very, very pleased with this. I recently bought one. This is funny. It is a unicorn. It's a unicorn shaped one, and it felt similar, but it's a little bit too smooth, and it doesn't absorb correctly. It's very difficult to clean too, by the way. So after the first time you play I'm a Unicorn with it, it kind of loses its charm. I got this from CVS of all places. Anyway, off the subject. Your Beautyblender sponge is the best. It's the best. Eyeshadow palette, this is a big bone of contention. I'm not going to recommend this. I'm wearing this today, the Novena Pellet. It's got some very pretty shimmers along the top, but as a base eye, it's a one-trick pony. There's just not enough here for me to recommend this, and the fallout that I get, I mean, I do get a lot of fallout. You can brush it away, it's not a problem. But I'm just not seeing the hype on this where everybody's going gaga over it. It's not a necessity, so I'm not recommending this. Now, as far as Kat Von D goes, I did buy this earlier in the year. I think it's still available. This is the Anniversary palette. There's some nice bright colors, a few here, but again, I would not recommend it. It's not a good functional palette, and the colors actually don't swatch very well. And I'm doing a eyeshadow declutter video right now, and I'll go over that, but anyway, what I'm getting for eyeshadow palettes is I'm getting a Viseart palette that I don't have, and they are expensive, and people don't talk about them a lot because they're expensive, and most people just want drugstore stuff, and if it'll do, then go for it. I compare everything to Viseart. I think this Pro palette is something that I will always have in my collection. When I run out of this, I will buy another one. This is an amazing product. You can fold it up to use it this way. You have a mirror on one side. This has a very good assortment of colors for everyday use. It is, you've got a couple of 1, 2, 3 really nice base lid shades. You've got some medium transition shades in cool and warm tones. You've got an assortment of darker shades. You've got your beautiful charcoal grays, and then you've got a row here of jewel colors that's just amazing. I love this palette. I think it's wonderful. The quality of Viseart shadows is just unsurpassed. I would recommend you get this. Now, if you don't have the budget for this, I will recommend that you get something smaller. The starter Viseart, to me, the starter Viseart is 01, the neutrals, and this has everything you need for your basic everyday eye, and you have to have a palette that has your everyday eye in it, and then you can buy all these fluffy things for the extra little colors. But this is your base. This is the foundation from which you can work from, and you've got your light shades for your lid, you've got transition shades, you've got a gray, a dark brown, a black, and then you've got kind of an orangey, kind of a warm shade to use in transition, or sort of a light tannish color to use in transition. This would be the first one I would get. The second one I would get would be either the Cool Mattes or the Bijou Royale. And Bijou Royale has these are satin shades, and you've got some beautiful like satiny champagnes, blue, green, dark blue. You've got some reds and pinks here. This is just a gorgeous accent piece for this. I mean, you can change the whole look around just by adding in these satins, and I think these are just beautiful. So these two palettes are beautiful, the Bijou Royale and the neutrals. If you want to expand your collection, the cool, these are the Cool Mattes, and then the Bridal Satins. The Bridal Satins have slightly different shades. They're more, these are the dress-up shades. These are really, really beautiful. So I have those four. I've had more. I think I had the dark mattes. That wasn't as fun, because once I had this big one, I didn't need to keep a lot of other stuff. So those were that. As far as lip products go, I go through so many different lip products. I think number one is Lancome, and that is the number 323. And this takes care of your cool tones. It's a beautiful cool tone magenta pink. For strobes, lip strobes, I love Huda Beauty lip strobes. These are, you can wear them alone, but they're actually quite effective over the top of another color. You're going to see that. This is Shameless, and the other color is Bougie. I'll just use Bougie. It just transforms, and I will get that closer so you can see. There we go. These are wonderful. Huda Beauty makes wonderful lip products. I really like them a lot. And I think that is about it. I hope all of you have a wonderful week and have a beautiful day. Take care. Toodles.